All right, so I was explaining last week, Dan Hurley, a guy who graduated from 1966, stopped in and was talking about the Hotel Sonesta and his classes and stuff like that, and I thought, I got to get this guy on tape. And so I did, and I put it out online, and some people commented and said, you should start doing this with other students. Right. And then you walked in, and I thought, you know what? I got to get Mikey V on this, so let's get both of us going there on the TV. I got Rex running the video controls.
Rex, my man.
How you doing?
I rock radio. Rex in the house.
Yes.
I feel good to be here. That's cool, though. Because my dad graduated back in the day also.
I know. That's crazy.
I don't know if
when did he graduate? Do you remember?
Because he was on the air in the 70s. Yeah. So it had to be.
You know, ever since you said that, it seems like we've gone on a run of second generation, and we've had one third generation person come in.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Is that started now?
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
I do know someone coming into future classes that their dad also went here.
Oh, really?
Back. So, yeah, I'm keeping an eye out for that person.
All right, yeah. Well, you got to give me his name. So
I will. I'll just keep him in mind. Right now.
Yeah. Well, that's very cool. So tell me a little bit. So you decide one day you want to come to – well, talk a little bit about what you were doing before.
Right, then we'll get into it. Yeah. Okay, so wow, long story. So my dad, ever since I was a kid, he would always – talk about his radio days, show me pictures, his old business cards, listen to his old tapes on DRC, which is a big station here in Connecticut. And so I was like, oh, yeah, Dad, I always want to do that. Also, when I was like 15 or 14 years old, I got an internship at 95.1 rock station in Danbury, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I was way too young to be there. And it lasted like a couple months. They were like, okay, you're a great kid, but come back when, you're 18 and have a voice.
Right.
So that really hurt. And I was like, what am I going to do? Music's always been a big part of my life. I played piano. I was in chorus in high school. Don't laugh.
See, I'm finding out new things about you now.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
I still play piano, and I love it.
Right.
And so music's been in my soul forever. And through that, I met a music teacher who was a mobile DJ doing weddings, bar mitzvahs with a company out in Stamford.
Yeah.
And so I hit him up. I was like, hey, I interned at this rock station. What do you do? How is it different being a mobile DJ, club DJ versus radio? I went on one gig with him on a Saturday. I think I did my high school's prom. Right. I feel like I haven't missed a weekend since.
See, I love the mobile DJing thing too, and I did that for years. I did it all throughout high school, through college. I made so much money doing that, you know. And then even when I got my first, second, and third job professionally in video production and stuff like that, I was still DJing on the side because you can't pass up that kind of money.
Can't.
So you're DJing then for how many years, and then you decide?
So I think altogether, entertainment-wise, I've been like 15 years. And I'm only 28 now, so yeah. But through that, somehow I went on a cruise ship, and I saw there was a DJ on a cruise ship, and I said, I want to do that job. Yeah. And still in the back of my head, that was radio.
When you called to go to the school here, you were going to come in November, and then you called me just before the November class started, and you said, I can't come. I'm going to be a DJ on a cruise line. That's right. And I thought, well, that's pretty cool, and we had to push it off until March.
Which worked out, though.
Yeah, it did.
But there's a lot of stuff like in between that I had to fill in, so I met a lot of radio guys in the industry, DJing at the clubs, and I said, hey, I really want to be in the air. What am I going to do? And they always said, Connecticut School of Broadcasting. And I was like, nah, I'm good enough to get in, Yeah. Me with a huge head. But so I went up working on cruise ships for 4 years. I went from DJ to activity staff doing the trivias and the game shows, to comedy host to assistant cruise director. Then I said, okay, this is enough. Yeah. I want to come and work in my radio thing. Then I had the opportunity to be a guest DJ, which was awesome. You get like pretty much a paid vacation, which is when I called you and said, I'm going away for a couple months. Then it all came down to day one at CSB. Yeah. And
what did you think when you started coming to the school? I mean, you always said to yourself, you've been doing it for years. Right. You thought you could get into it on your own. You come to the school. What do you think your first week in?
Blown. I mean, just sitting here, like in this studio, I was like a kid on Christmas.
Right.
Oh my God, this is awesome. And as much as I love radio and everything else, the stuff we offer here, what I learned video-wise and
yeah, because you did some great video production when you were here, and you did some stuff for a police station down in Woodbury area and stuff like that. And they actually use that video now in their YouTube channel or something. Social media,
which is wild because I never thought one thing about video before ever.
And I got to say, when you came to the school, it was great because you were like the king of social media. You were posting on Facebook. You were putting out all this stuff all the time, and it was great, to see you and your enjoyment of the class and everything else like that.
But it's so neat, though, because our instructors are in the industry.
Right.
You watch the news, and then all of a sudden, holy cow, that reporter is my teacher. They're my instructor. You know what I mean? So it's like, wow, that's like a celebrity to me, but tell me all the information I got to know. And it's been awesome.
So you loaded up on all the information and stuff like that. And then it came time to graduate, and you started working on your demos and putting things together and stuff like that, and working with Joe.
Yeah, so Joe, the director here at the Farmington campus, is a great guy, formal personality morning show on 105.9. Shout out to him. That's no plug or anything. But so... It was scary then, though, because now you guys
it's like a new
let
start.
Us loose. Yeah. And I'm like, so used to coming into school every day. Now we got to go to the real stations and
start putting together the real stuff. Yeah.
So I think not give up. I remember busting out demos.
Yeah, because you sent out like a batch, one batch and like zero replies.
Yeah, I want to say I applied on every station for multiple different jobs, and I maxed out.
Right.
From internships to vacation relief photogs or camera guys on news channels.
Yeah.
Radio personality, of course. Production and radio stations, everything.
But then suddenly when it rains, it pours. And so tell me a little bit about what happened your first gig.
No matter what response I got, I still came in every single week and put out demos, made demos. And I still do to this day.
Right.
Just to get better. And I couldn't believe this. The one station my dad was on, which is one of the original radio stations in Connecticut that your dad was on.
I know.
WDRC 1029 The Big D, which is now 1029 The Well.
Technically, you're getting paychecks from the Dick Robinson Company.
That's right. Is it still that? I don't know. That'll be neat.
I don't know if it ever was.
I put my demo out there. The radio station was looking for somebody.
And I think it sounded a little bit like this. Can we pull up on the screen here, Rex? God. You got it? So here it goes.
This is very amateur. 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. for the special keyword. It's going to happen around 15 minutes past the hour. All you got to do,
we'll go back to the beginning.
1029 The Well, Connecticut's classic rock.
Oh, God.
Ooh,
hey, what's up? It's Mikey V. Guess what? Christmas time is right around the corner, and I want you to win some of Santa's stash of cash to help you with.
So you sent out that tape right before Christmas, and then you got a response on it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I heard they were looking for somebody. We busted it out. And next thing you know, there was another person from school, too, that was doing it.
Yeah.
And I was kind of nervous. I went in for my interview. They said, we'll get back to you in like 4 days.
Yeah.
And they said, make another demo for us. Not using radio station info, kind of look at my own content and do it up. So I sent them another one literally 45 minutes after the interview.
Right.
Next day, I got the phone call.
Was that this one?
I made the second one up there.
Let's see if I can stop this. That monitor is like 15 miles away, though, so let's see what happens here. We'll go over here. We'll play this.
Ignore the pretenders. This is Connecticut's classic rock.
Now, did you do all that production?
I did all that, yeah. So what I did was I went to the online. I said, listen live.
Yeah.
Recorded it into our system. Okay, it's Mikey V. Guess what? Halloween is right around the corner.
Halloween? Before you were talking about Christmas.
Yeah, you're right. So
it's backwards.
Flags, Fright Fest. But before we do so, let's talk about a couple different haunted houses going on. Have you heard about the one they're going to offer you $20,000 to anyone who
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's called
I might have been mixed up. I might have been swapped.
But we'll let it slide.
Yeah.
Quick on the fly kind of production.
I have it all labeled wrong anyway. Sorry.
Yeah.
So then I got the phone call. And they said, hey, start coming in training. We want you on-air personality on Sundays. to start off 10 to 3, which is awesome, middays. And then also we want you training to be a board op on the AM channel for one of their news talk morning shows.
Yeah.
With the legendary broadcaster Brad Davis, which to me was, oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, that's got to be nuts.
It was
I think you were the second student that had that. So we had Brian that was down there, and then you came in and filled in for him as he moved on to another station.
Yeah,
so
Brian put the good word in, so I can't thank him enough also. And that was wild. You know, everything we learned here, though, like really put me way ahead of the game, because I would have been so lost. You know, what's this button? What's this button?
And you kind of became like the king of production here. Like you really got to know Adobe. And what did you think of that instructor? That was Maxwell, right?
Maxwell McGee was great. That's his thing. Adobe is like, you know, he should be not like a sales rep for them, but go to conferences and say, this is what Adobe's about. This is how you do it. And commercials and radio IDs and imaging, I fell in love with making, you know, really getting your voice really low and 1029 The Well, Connecticut's classic rock. Yeah. And putting that bed behind it. I love it.
Yeah.
So I also give that to the radio station. And my third week there, their production director went on vacation.
Right.
Third week in. I'm still learning how to board up, even how to be, you know,
the personality,
the radio side too. And now I'm producing their commercials and putting carts, numbers, all this crazy stuff coming in. I'm getting thrown news bits from like the Fox News channels that put into the system. Yeah. Commercials from this person. Hey, can you produce this for this bar or restaurant? And it was all during Christmas time, so all of the fundraisers were crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be nuts, and you know, you're in your glory. I mean, you're doing everything that you want to do.
I was doing traffic. Traffic was super fun. Yeah. For Ed Sabatino, who's my boss, and late afternoons on 1029. But the crazy part was just. It was a lot going on, and I wrote down everything. We got through it. Of course, there were some mistakes I had to make on the way, but you know, the station stayed alive.
Learn by doing. That's it. So you did it at the school, and now you're doing it in your career.
It was literally thrown to the wolves, and that's the best way to learn, I think, too. You know.
So now, not only are you doing that, so what else do you got? So again, when it rains, it pours. You're doing like you got the DJing stuff still going on. You got the radio stuff going on at the Whale.
I want to say a week after the radio station, Connecticut Lottery called and said we need an on-air personality to pull our numbers on TV. Yeah. And away.
Talk about that for a second, because I don't think people understand what goes into
the lottery
all that production.
It's crazy. That's another crazy thing. I can't believe that I have all this happening at one time. Yeah. So they called the school, I believe, and said, do you recommend anybody? Yep. And right away I jumped on that too, and Joe said, yeah, check this guy out.
I think somebody from Stratford does it with you too, right?
Yeah, another so that's great.
CSB grad.
We have another grad there, which is awesome, because the more people, I meet a lot of people that went to CSB in.
Oh, it's amazing when you start going into different places and stuff like that. I went into Sirius XM one time and happened to say Connecticut School of Broadcasting for whatever reason it was that I did. And it was like that whack-a-mole game. People just, heads started popping up out of cubicles, and they're like, oh, CSB, you know, I went to CSB, da-da-da, you know. And, so.
And all the different campuses. How many campuses are there? It's like crazy.
Yeah, we got 11 campuses up and down the East Coast.
So yeah, and Sirius is New York, and you know, what do we have, one or two in that area?
Yeah, because your dad's down in Florida, right?
He's in Florida.
Yeah, I think he's kind of next to the Palm Beach location. So if you ever go down and visit him, you got a place to go hang out.
We got to go. Yeah. And then he listens to your dad all the time down there too.
Oh yeah,
he really does. Yeah. So
he's got his legendary radio station down there. So
and then he said something about Long Island. He's on Long Island too.
Yeah. Well, his nationally syndicated show is in Long Island, and then he has the local station down there, 100.3 Legends Radio, WLML. Where legendary music lives.
Where legendary music lives.
Yes.
Love it.
You can do your production for that. So now you're doing lottery.
So I got interviewed for lottery. And that was a huge process, though, interview-wise. It was like 3 different interviews. And It's very strict though, because think about this: we're dealing with lottery. You know, you can't screw that up.
Right.
So the background
Yeah, you
information,
can't say like a 9 when it's a 6.
Right.
You know.
The background was insane. You know, I thought I was getting like a police interrogation when they were asking.
Well, it's got to be high security. I mean,
it really is.
I
mean, back in the day, what I found out now being there is because we're monitored by Fox News is there.
Yeah.
We're there, kind of like affiliated with them. Then there's Department of Consumer Protection.
Right.
So they monitor everything to make sure, you know, you're by the books. There's nothing like
they got to weigh the balls before they go in each time, though, right?
Each time they do.
Yeah.
They randomly select the balls and this little cart, pull them out, weigh them all together. Then they do all ball weigh, once a month or so, where they weigh each ball individually.
Oh my God.
That takes like 6 hours. Or every Wednesday they do an all ball weigh also, where they just pour all of them and do like an aggregated weight.
Yeah.
So that's not as bad, but they used to have like a state trooper there too.
Right.
And it's
watching
just wild.
over everything.
Cameras all over the place. Let me tell you, I'll tell you now on record, it is not rigged, people.
Yes.
It is legit.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's very true.
So you get there, and it's awesome. You're walking you're in Fox News, so there's all the news desks. I'm walking by. All
TV
these
sets.
Anchors. I'm like, oh my God, it's in the morning guy.
Yeah.
There's I can't even think of his name. Matt Scott, the weatherman, you know what I mean? And they're like, hey, how you doing? Hey, what's going on? You're walking right by these guys. You get to the lottery studio. That thing is so unlocked, you can't even just open the door.
Right.
You know, you got almost
It's got a big combination lock with the spinning wheel and everything.
Knock 3 times, turn around, clap your hands twice, and they'll let you in.
Don't give away the code.
Yeah. So then you start training now you get hired as on air and you get hired as director.
Right.
So if you're not in front of camera, you're behind telling the performer certain cues and things. So you get on the camera, you have the whole script you got to do. You start learning the machines, and I'm still learning the machines. Like I don't do the night drawings nearly as much because I don't.
Are your hands steady when the ball comes up? And you're trying to turn it. You know, you're like, I couldn't. I don't know what it's probably because I'm Italian and I'm so used to being in the studio. Right.
Because in the radio studio, I'm standing up, I'm sitting down, no one can see what I'm doing. And now I got to remember there's a camera in front of me, so I got to dress up, look good, smile and wave, and you pull the number. At first, I couldn't even get the numbers straight right.
Right.
You know.
Well, when you're turning them, it's got to be. I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is.
You pull it, and then the thing just goes think.
And do you have to turn it like a certain way so the TV can see it?
Well, thank God I can see on both sides.
Right.
So what I'm seeing
is what the other side's seeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is insane.
Right, but the number's not flipped because on TV with a camera it reverses.
Right, no, it's not.
No,
it's
yeah.
Another thing, it's text on there. So if you really screw up,
right, it says 2 with a 2 underneath it. So
6
the 9
and 9
can never
for
be
me.
6 and 9. Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst. Or 12 and 21 on one of the other machines.
Yeah.
It just goes into like a thing, and you read them. As the ball drops in for lucky links, you go like 9, 10, 12, 21.
And the other crazy thing I heard about that is it's timed. So you only have 45 seconds or 30 seconds.
It comes to like a minute
each
and a half.
ball up. Yeah, and then if you're short, you got to fill that time with like a dance or something,
It's pretty scripted. I get in trouble a lot because I always go off script, but that's just being on the radio. We ad lib a lot,
Yeah.
But it's okay. They like it. And it's a lot of fun. So from now pulling the numbers, you're behind the camera, you tell the performer, because we can't see the balls moving.
Right.
So you give them like a cue like this.
Yeah.
And that means go ahead, pull the next number.
Yeah.
Next 5.
And what do you do?
3.
There's like a little...
Yeah, these little tabs. You just pull them.
And then
all the air
comes up.
Just think.
That does sound the way it does.
I know.
That's funny.
Oh, it's wild.
So, and all that kind of happened, after you graduated.
All at once. It was a 1 week, the radio got hired, then I want to say the next week.
And it did take a little bit of time for you, so which is cool because that's what it kind of takes. Some people have to take a couple of different one-off type jobs before they get going. You just kept putting out demos and resumes. What do you say to somebody who's in that part now, wanting to move forward to get the job and stuff like that? Right. How would you give advice to a student that's back when you were starting this process? So,
as you know, I still come to the school at least once a week.
Right.
And I'm talking to students all the time. And they're like, oh, dude, I heard you on the radio. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's really cool, a cool feeling. But I'm just you. I'm just like you, I'm a normal guy.
Right.
And I tell them, don't give up, because I see these guys graduating now, and they're worried about all the work they got to put in. So when I was in March day class, we graduated, June?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah,
whatever it was.
Mid-July, June, yeah.
Right. And now I didn't get hired till late November, December.
Right.
So that's seems like a long time in between of busting out demos and not hearing anything back.
Right.
All I got to say is don't give up. Because
Well, and that's the key.
I just kept going. That was it. That was the biggest thing.
Well, we always talk about work ethic and passion. I obviously when you came here, you had the passion because you just lit up like a, Christmas tree when you came in here. You were so excited, So the rest of it kind of comes for you.
And then if you really love it, then just you're going to do it.
Right.
But I am a firm believer now of hard work pays off. Not giving up, really listen to your instructors. And that was the biggest thing too. I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be heard. So I know all you guys know different people. I don't want you forgetting who I am.
Right.
So come to the studio and bust out demos or do what you got to do, but you'll make it.
Well, we say that on graduation day. The more you're back here, the more we can see you and get you going and stuff like that.
And I listen to it.
So cool. All right. Well, Mikey V, we're going to go out with your demo tape here again.
Oh, gosh.
Thank you for coming in, saying hello. And,
it's been a pleasure.
Doing this little podcast, I guess, with me.
Yeah.
And here we go with a little Mikey V and his demo.
Ignore the pretenders. This is Connecticut's classic rock.